Hello everybody and welcome back to Pravus Gaming and more Bio Inc. Redemption in our Lethal Difficulty Guide series. Let's continue the death campaign in the Slaughterhouse with Deadline. Very similar to having to kill the patient within 10 minutes, but actually a lot easier because you have the freedom to pause. All you have to do is kill the patient within 300 days. We can make that happen. Let's go for the better resources, I think, to start things off. We will go for collateral damage. For risk factors, I think I'm going to go for... Let's go for risks boost. I'm not going to go for overweight. Let's try a different strategy this time and instead go for, let's say, the nervous system. The nervous system has a lot of different collateral damage options. We'll just make it a little bit more potent. For our recovery, we are going to go for the slow diagnosis, and for environment, we could actually go for long days. The days last longer, and that should affect the overall score. But you know what? Quick collapse also works, because all you have to do is just kill the patient faster, and it doesn't matter if you saved some time. The only argument I can think of to go for slow days is it might give you some time to wait for more point boosters or more point pop-ups. And with better resources, that could make a difference. Now here's the thing. It said 300 days earlier, now it says 350. Go freaking figure. Apparently, lethal difficulty is easier than I thought it would be. It wasn't supposed to be 300? I'm not forgetting that, right? Am I wrong? I think it was correct. Let's go for the Workaholic. So we're going to work our way up to Drug Addict, and then we're also going to pick up over 60 years old. And what that's going to do is make the nervous system extremely vulnerable, and with over 60 years old, we'll be able to pick up things like Parkinson's. I think that's it. No, wait. Does Parkinson's require hereditary, or... Let's actually check that. Parkinson's requires both hereditary and over 60 years old. All right. Well, we do have some time to go for the risk factors. I know it says 300-some days left, but... Truth be told, I don't feel especially rushed in this scenario right now. If by the time we get to 200 days left, we're still working on risk factors, that's probably the key that we have a problem. Really, we have enough time to get a few. At least a few. Drug addict, absolutely. Probably hereditary and over 60 years old as well. Let's go ahead and grab the hereditary now just so I don't forget it. Because Lord knows I am prone to doing so. All right. We'll go ahead and speed up. Now, of course, speeding up is a little bit of a problem in the sense that it makes the days go by a lot faster, which means you are going to have a lot less time to react to things, and if you make a mistake, well, that's a huge problem, but I don't know. I'm not feeling especially worried about it. Let's save up, I think it is 18 points to get Smoker or something like that. Smoker is shockingly expensive, considering it's one of the most common habits, unhealthy habits that people have. Not as much in the U.S. as in Europe, surprisingly. I would have thought that the Europeans were more evolved when it comes to tobacco than the Americans, but no. Every time I've talked to Europeans or I've been in Europe, they smoke a lot. It's kind of amazing, actually. I don't understand why. Anyway, you'd think that something so common would be a much cheaper risk factor, but it is not. Actually, now it's 12. Wasn't it 18 in my last playthrough? I don't know. Alcoholic is going to be 10. That's no biggie. We can get 10 points. Actually, we can get 10 points as of right now, so let's do that next. 10 points. Drug addict, 18 points. Circulatory, nervous system, and the immune system, it doesn't actually show a number here for some reason, but it does make everything cheaper. The immune system's easier to shut down. Yeah, that's right. You enjoy your alcohol. Why does the whole world go colorful, by the way? That is not a side effect I have ever personally noticed when drinking alcohol. Now, I've never had drugs, but I've heard that they have a hallucinogenic effect. So that would make a lot more sense, and that will happen once you become a drug addict and start taking, like, LSD or something, but, yeah, for some reason, alcohol makes you go all colorful. I don't know. I don't understand the graphic. But, you know what? I didn't program the game, and I'm not a medical professional, so what do I know? Drug addict. Jane Doe, you are a very, very naughty girl. Don't take that pink pill. Oh, whoa, trippy. My hands are biscuits. I don't know. That sounds like the sort of thing that a high person might say, right? My hands are made out of biscuit dough. I don't know. I don't really associate with the type of people that would be doing recreational drugs. It's just not something that I approve of. All right, we want to go for over 60 years old, but we have 250 days left approximately. Now I would say is about the time when we probably want to start doing some damage. So we're going to go for the over 60 years old with 12 points. Once we have that, we're just going to start focusing on that nervous system, start doing a whole lot of damage. Now, really, what should be coming with Drug Addict, right? What should come with that is nosocomophobia for free. Because Jane Doe should have a natural paranoia of doctors and not want to go see any. By the way, spending 60 bio points is what you need to get the next thing, so we're going to go for that next. But yeah, if she goes to the doctors, are they going to report her? And they're not, because, you know, doctor-patient confidentiality. I do know how that works. But she doesn't know that. She's a friggin' druggie. So she should be paranoid as heck and not go to the doctor. That's what I think should happen as a side bonus of getting drug addict. But I can't always get what I want. All right, let's go to the nervous system. We are going to give her chronic stress and nervous breakdown, which are very cheap right now. I could go for things like dementia, but let's hold off on that right now. I would rather go for burnout, which has anxiety, which is a less severe symptom, which means she is less likely to go to the doctor. Now, I'm not really worried about giving her nosocomophobia. Honestly, anytime we have a scenario where we are timed like this, I am less concerned about the doctor curing me and far more concerned of just not having enough time to actually beat the scenario. So let's see. We're going to go for... Let's go for the burnout. We could go for a major depression, but that's 18 points. Parkinson's would be quite good. I think we are going to go for the dementia now. Alzheimer's disease would be really powerful as well. So the nervous system should start taking a lot of damage now. She is experiencing burnout. She's going to the doctor now that she has severe enough symptoms, which was to be expected. We need to terminate a system in order to get the next level of upgrade, and overall health below 50% in order to get +1 resource every time we get one of these little viruses. So that's going to be important at some point. So she is going to get detected for the chronic stress pretty soon, I think. Let's go for the Alzheimer's disease. So she got old, and basically she immediately went crazy. Not to say that I'm trying to make light of Alzheimer's and stuff by just saying they're crazy. Alzheimer's is a terrifying disease, and I really do feel bad for the elderly that do get that. Alzheimer's is one of those sort of things that I have like an actual, very real fear of. Like, if I ever got Alzheimer's, I don't know what I would do. There's sort of such a fear of that. I almost would wish that I wasn't alive, because if my brain betrays me like that, that just terrifies the crud out of me. It really does. Maybe it shouldn't terrify me that much. Maybe this is a little bit of an exaggeration. I don't know. Now, the question is, do we want to go for the major depression? Probably could. Just focus everything we've got in the nervous system. Alternatively, we could start working on the circulatory system and try going for things like a brain aneurysm, which we're actually getting enough points that we could realistically make that happen, and that would do a lot of nervous system damage. So let's go for the hypertension and the brain aneurysm. Boom! So now she's taking how much damage? -28 to the nervous system. That is incredibly fast. Yeah, that actually is a really that's a really good play now that I think about it. Yeah, if you're looking for ways to get more nervous system damage and you don't feel like going for the major depression, go for a freaking aneurysm. It works. It works really freaking well. Now, burnout is going away, which means I'm not going to have access to the major depression for much longer, but truth be told, that's probably fine. I'm going to go ahead and grab the arthritis and the rickets. We're going to start doing some damage in the skeletal system because that actually seems particularly vulnerable. So does the muscular system, though. Maybe we want to do that instead. Actually, what we should be doing is holding on to a few points, because once that nervous system fails, which should be happening very soon, we're going to get a lot of extra points if we save up for those upgrades. So we probably should do that first. And off it goes. Let's go for the upgrade. Overall health below 50% is what we are looking for next in order to get the extra points. Let's go to the muscular system and go for the potassium deficiency and the chronic muscle cramp. We're now doing -14 damage there. Amazingly, I'm not going for circulatory, even though I have three pretty good risk factors working for me there. Parkinson's is on its way out, but that's the thing. Parkinson's has been working for us for so long. The muscular system is so weak. Like, how could I not do this? I really want to go for fibromyalgia, but she's already working on the chronic muscle cramp. Holy crud! That was really fast, actually. AI, well done. I might need to go for things like the necrotizing fasciitis in order to actually kill this system. That said, the cascading effect should be enough even by itself. Nah, maybe I'm not worried about it. Let's go for the upgrade, +1 per resource. Now we can focus everything we've got in the skeletal system, although the doctor is already working on bone x-rays there too. Good grief. Let's go for the osteoporosis. That should be pretty effective. With 2 systems down, I think everything will be going pretty swimmingly from here on out. 57% cure progress, not a big deal. The important thing is that we have 100 days left. 100 days left is going to be plenty, I would say, to kill this patient. We want to go for Pravus disease, if we can, at 14 points before the osteoporosis gets cured. And for that, we need a few more points to pop up here. So can we get that now? Yes. There we go. All right. That should be enough. Let's go for the Pravus disease next, right like that. Headache and muscle weakness. Actually, wait, does that mostly do muscular damage? I can't remember anymore. I don't remember. Whatever, the muscular system's about to... sorry, the skeletal system's... well, it was about to die, but then she got a bone graft, which I've heard are amazingly painful, by the way. I have no idea if that's actually true, but it sounds plausible to me. Let's go for the freaking bone fracture. Now, what I don't understand... oh, because she hadn't finished curing rickets, we were able to get that. I was going to say, I feel like... that should have been blocked off because they were both green, but nope. Makes perfect sense. Rickets wasn't actually cured yet. All right, let's go to the circulatory system. We're going to go for the high cholesterol, the angina, and the arrhythmia probably next. Start shutting that down. Not that it matters. She is down to 3% health, 2, 1, and she's dead. 79% cure progress, 68 days left. Now, one of the advantages of this scenario, because you only have 300 days to actually beat it, is you actually should get a reasonably good score as far as time is concerned, so that's not too bad. 5,000 points. Okay, I would say that that's a fairly average score. Not too bad for lethal difficulty, but all in all, that was pretty no stress. Really not that hard. Just go for a few risk factors, focus on one thing. You know, the nervous system's fine. You could alternatively go for the overweight symptoms and really focus on that circulatory system. All of which are perfectly viable strategies. The important thing is focusing on one, burning it all the way down to the ground, and then just kind of picking things up from there. But overall, Deadline, not that bad. Thank you all very much for watching. I do hope that you enjoyed. If so, then I ask that you hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. Hit that notify bell if you want to see my future content, and I will see you guys next time.